All right, this has now been pressed and is ready for its French seams. And as you can see, it's no longer a two-dimensional thing. It now has shape and it holds its own shape, which is pretty good. You know you're on the right track if it can do that. On my sewing machine, I have this kind of groovy little thing here, and I pop my masks on there just to make sure, yep, looks pretty good. That's going to fit. If you don't have one of them, the other thing you can do is grab your knee. There's my knee. Put it over your knee and using two hands, not one, pull each side, pull that side, and it will give you the shape that you need. Okay, so that's another way you can do it. I have not ironed, I have pressed. There's a difference. I have pressed this bottom edge all the way around, and now that I have pressed it, I think you can see more how it's not a straight line. See how it has an angle to it? And that's what helps it to go under your chin very, very slightly. The other thing that we've done is we have started the casings for the elastic. So I have folded this over about 5 mil, 4 mil over there and pressed. And then I have folded it over again and pressed. So we're in the inside here, the inside of the mask. And I have folded those over, and what we will do is stitch this down, and then we will insert the elastic, which will go all the way through. Sorry about my messy table. It's hard to keep it clean when you're busy doing all this. Alrighty, so what we're going to do now is do our French seam, or a top stitch, some people call it. The French seam is a seam that is encased. So our seam is there, we will encase it with another row of stitching. I'm hoping the red will look okay, because this is where we're going to see the red. I'm also going to top stitch or French seam along here as well in red. Again, I hope it's going to look all right. This is the moment when you need to either already have, or now's the time to put it in, your very sharp denim or leather needle. And the reason I say that is because we need our needle to go through this spot right here, which at the moment has 6 layers and a seam. So I'll turn it back to this side and you can see what I'm talking about. This isn't too bad. It's going to be a bit thick, but it's not too bad. But once we hit along here, we're getting really thick. And when we get to this spot right there, that's how thick it is. So we need a sharp and heavy duty needle to get through that bit there. My machine can handle denim and leather really easily, but if yours doesn't, I do have this old one here, that one would not be able to cope. So in this particular spot, from there to about there, you may wish to manually turn the needle yourself using the wheel rather than your foot on the pedal. So just that little bit there, that's a bit of a scary spot there. Probably now's a good time to also point out, do you remember I said to sew that seam to the and have your basting to the left? If you didn't do that, it would be showing here, but at the moment you can't see it. Woohoo! Oh, except there. So here's a spot where I did not get my basting stitches to the left of my seam, and they're showing through, which is a bit of a pain, but I guess no one's really going to see that particular spot. All right. I shall do the bottom, the top, the sides, and then I'll come back.